We're showing you live pictures right now. Chrystia Freeland, former Deputy Prime Minister, coming into the cabinet swearing-in ceremony right now as well. Let's see. Ms. Freeland, may I? We're just live on CP24. You've been a close personal friend of the Premier's ever since the COVID-19 pandemic. Tell me about why you wanted to be here today for the swearing-in ceremony.
I had a great meeting with the Premier in his house just yesterday. And you're right, the Premier and I struck up an unusual friendship during COVID. We called each other's therapist. And I think that is really good news for Canada. I think Canada works best when we can work across party lines, when, a Liberal at that time, Deputy Prime Minister can work with a Conservative Premier. We work for the same people. We represent the same people, and at the end of the day, our job is to work for Canada. When the Premier invited me here today, I was first of all touched, so thank you very much, Premier Ford, for inviting me. But I also thought it was important for me to be here to show that at this time when we're facing a real challenge from the United States, that Canada is united, strong, and smart, and that across all parties, across all levels of government, we're going to work together. And then the final thing I'll say is the Premier and I had a great conversation yesterday about things we can do together to make Canada stronger. I never thought I would say this sentence, but interprovincial trade has become sexy. And I had a conversation today with Premier Tim Houston of Nova Scotia, who's a leader on that issue too. I'm really excited about our opportunities to make huge progress on interprovincial trade, in the next few days. That's our best answer to Donald Trump on building trade corridors across the country. So I'm really happy to be here. Congratulations, Premier Ford.
A quick follow-up, Minister Freeland. When you talk about the therapy session that you and the Premier had yesterday, what did that entail, and what was the conversation surrounding the Trump tariffs? Because the Premier's been quite clear that's his number one focus right now, as it should be for the entire country.
I'm not going to speak for the Premier, but from my perspective, and he's more than capable of speaking for himself, but from my perspective, our conversation yesterday was about how Canada can be and must be united, strong, and smart, and that our best answer to President Trump is for us to do everything in our power to make our country stronger. That starts with getting rid of interprovincial trade barriers. It costs us nothing, and it can increase our GDP by 4%. That's actually as much as the U.S. tariffs will cost our economy, so we can immediately make up for it. And we also talked about trade corridors and the importance of the provinces, the federal government working together to get our resources out of the ground, to get things built in Canada, and to diversify the markets we sell them to.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll allow Minister Freeland to head inside right now. There's probably another door for VIPs here at the Royal Ontario Museum. Arda, this ceremony is going to begin at 2 o'clock. So certainly something we'll be carrying live for our viewers. We've got special coverage that's going to begin here on CP24 and certainly throughout the day as well. I'll send it back to you.
A fantastic interview, Beatrice. I think some of my favorite parts, interprovincial trade is sexy. That one's going to stay with me. Thank you so much for that.